Once you go music, you never go back.
Do you want me to give you the tuner like every time, or you don't want to just hold it?
I'll keep the tuner.
Okay.
I just finished listening to a podcast called Roger Down. So we just went and like searched for something today. I was like, why didn't you like
What would be the best place to learn through this?
It's like in the office. I think if you
I know, like,
you give
what
it
he
and I
did. He,
just
like-
like go in here like
Actually,
Yeah,
I forgot what
I
he
think
did.
that's
I know he
the
killed people. Yeah.
I'll just whenever I need you to do it, I'll just
like 4 or
come
5
over.
before.
You can, I'll hand it to you and you can go there.
Impressive.
I don't think I could pull that off. Skill that's not. Also, as a goal.
Even if I try.
Even if I try, even if I wanted to.
I was about to say, you're like, I feel like you
very impressive.
Here, remind me to know what you're doing.
No.
I'll just
Just like
yeah. It's gotta be that.
Are you just gonna be behind the paper? I don't know. It's like let's go. It is.
What is this?
Oh no, oh.
It's all YouTube. They're all.
Wait, that QR code doesn't.
I don't really have a.
Oh, does it not? Wait,
Tristan.
Yeah.
QR code doesn't work.
QR code doesn't work.
Fuck.
Alright, I might have to. Alright.
It says you can log in and reactivate it.
Oh, I probably have to log in and reactivate it. I'll do that.
Oh, you texted me saying can
I mean, that's not for right now. That's for later.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm on DND.
Wait, you should turn on like the allow repeated calls.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Very heavy.
It's okay.
I'm a D&D princess.
Kristen, where should I sit to make this efficient?
I don't know. This area. And also, it's like it's not that big. Because there's gonna be chatting in between, so it's not like we need to rush or anything.
Oh, I'm honored.
I really should have.
Oh, there was one friend who kept bitching about the fact that like he had to call me twice to get me to pick up.
So for a second, I was like, huh?
Yeah, you just.
Yeah. Drexel test, yeah.
But I remember like
And then, yeah, I'm gonna kick it.
stuff that it's not seeing the other
I don't. Okay, those are the main people. Yeah, but like second place, like where else are you playing? There's not people. Maybe I should. Actually, I don't know. Recruiter calls.
I feel like there's like a common spirit charge.
I don't know, man. They take football very seriously. You're not all that. Yeah, they like oh, wait, he was a history major. I don't know. He was PCE for 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think so.
He filled out the form, but like, I don't know. He's a free spirit, so.
Who? Like Colin. Oh. He's stuck in the lab.
Is he?
I texted him in the afternoon. He's like he's stuck in the lab.
Can you stand real quick? I just want to make sure you're in your right. Okay. You're good. I just wanted to make sure you're in.
Also, Hannah's stuck in the lab too.
That's okay. Oh, we're not getting started. Oh, okay. I'll tell you when we
I know.
Waiting for like a few more people that are missing.
That's so cool.
It's the fake one.
I
think they're real.
No, I
Those are
There's a bit of everything.
So I think that's really cool.
Anyway, that's great.
What's the detail?
And are you going to be in like the same area? Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh, today the 18th? Today is.
Like I was in middle school.
I feel like there's really serious like, oh my god.
I was just showing you yesterday how you move on. How do you like do things?
I'm not sure of the
Like when it came out. No, that was just gone.
Oh. I texted him like an hour ago. Because I was done. Maybe he went back to I think he went back to the lab, yeah. I texted him an hour ago asking him if he's coming. He said he's in the house.
Terrible.
Like, he's gonna come like right on time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's okay. It probably won't touch it.
I love how the science magazine now has a Trump tracker.
They have a Trump tracker? What are they
Posting
tracking?
about all the DOE, NSF, NIH, everything.
I feel like I should be following.
Wait, who's your? What's the like funding?
I could get it.
Like NSF just terminated everything. And like,
That's a good question. I think my PI gets most of his money from
Yeah.
I don't know if it falls under.
yeah, because I'm like NSF just got totally flooded. So like probably there goes my PhD, but even worse, there goes my advisor's tenure. George Park.
I feel like we started. So how is George Park handling this?
George Park is getting, he is descending into chaos every time he speaks.
Is he like
little bit, he's a little bit more insane every time, like more talkative, and then like,
I would not blame him.
you know, like at the start, he's talking to me about stuff, but then like I'm getting most of my information from other people and trying to piece it together. And now he's just like, hey, my tenure depends on this, I really need it. Like, yeah,
He's gotta be like
This is like, so this is in a long hour, he's a bit east from
I have to go around.
Yeah.
we still doing like watch parties tomorrow.
That's a great question. Are we still doing a watch party?
I don't know. I'm not gonna plan it like in your house. I will come if you're willing to host.
I am willing to host. I am.
Okay, yeah. Wait, thank
I
you.
am down for it and November 5th.
I have to wake up at 9 tomorrow, the following morning.
Oh
So
no.
I would love to not start at midnight.
I would also love to not start at midnight.
Okay, yeah. Wait, something like 9 or 10.
Is this the thing on the,
Let me text you.
like, you know, like the section?
Okay, that's okay.
There's still shows going on.
Yes, there are so many.
Oh, I know. That's crazy. It's not performance.
This is like the last 10. Wait, last spring singers did their show like end of April. It was
Is that Jordan Frank?
Wait, I low-key like, I don't know, I really like. What do you, I feel like from the perspective of a performer, it's like not fun to play. It's very good. That is what Sondheim is. Like, the other day I watched Sweeney Todd, and I really I saw the version with the film version with Johnny Depp. I'm really wondering how he would do something like that on like a stage production.
There's a really good concert element. We did somewhere. Really good stage concert.
I'm mostly thinking about like all the bloody scenes. He's
He's done blood.
We'll get started in a minute or two, y'all. Just like you know.
So controlled. Yeah. Like singing in a good
That was a
way.
line.
Kind of like,
Is that like the closest? Is that how you get to like the closest?
yes, yeah. And also something that will like wash out the costume.
Yeah, that was the idea. Exactly. That was very unintentional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can confirm with her.
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to clean them up.
And that also, that is very simple.
Yeah. You saw all the flowers on the floor. You saw all the flowers on the floor. I got scared away.
Yeah. I lose.
Why are you talking? Why? No, that's not it. No. I want to do good. Wait, but that's not me. It's just like, oh, memory. Oh,
If you could set that chair out of the way of the door, Lisa's gonna need to go out. I don't know if you're Okay, everybody. I think it's about time that we get started. Thank you all for coming. It means so much, and welcome to Blossom. So a few other just side notes before we start talking about the main stuff. But you may have noticed that there is a lot of art in this room right now. None of that is me. Do not give me any credit for that. This is an exhibit going on called Everything is Fake But Love by Tina Zhang in this gallery right now. So firstly, please just be careful around everything. We don't want anything to get damaged while we're here. I'm very grateful to be able to perform in the venue while this is all up. And secondly, open hours for this start next week. So if you want to take a closer look at any of this, then feel free to come for that. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Philomathean Society, which is the halls for this place, for allowing me to hold this event here. And a lot of Philos are going to be helping me throughout the evening for running the show and some performing and other things. So yeah. But yeah, so I think before we start with the music, it's important that I explain a little bit about the context and behind this show and kind of like how this began, why it's here in the first place. So I'll rip the Band-Aid off. I was very, very deeply depressed this past summer. It was a culmination of a lot of things. I've had to, to be honest, I've had a lot of pretty bad underlying issues and thought patterns for a really long time. And it was something that I struggled with a lot, but it kind of worked in its own very janky, messed up way. But around May, June, this past year in 2024, a lot went wrong at once. And I won't get into the details of that right now. But it kind of really triggered all of those kind of landmines all at once, I think. So I struggled a lot. It's really hard to put into words how gray it was, I think. I don't remember much. That's something that I really disliked about depression the most, I think, was how much I forgot. But yeah, so it was really bad. And it culminated into an incident at the start of September, around when school started. It was September 5th. And I had one, I think one straw broke the camel's back incident that ended up putting me in the ER. I would say near suicidal. And yeah, so it was a hard time. So from there, I kind of had to figure out where I wanted to go and kind of piece myself back together, I think. So one of the things that I did was just, I started to talk to my friends about it a lot. Many of the people in this room have been people that I've opened up to about this. I'm incredibly grateful for that. And just being able to, I think, be vulnerable about this, to be able to heal was something that was really, really crucial for me throughout the fall. And the second piece was that I started therapy. It was an intensive therapy program. There's a few people in the room who were in the group with me. And that was legitimately life-saving. And I'm so happy that I ended up in that place. But throughout that kind of process, throughout the fall, I was in intensive therapy from September until December 19th was the day I discharged. I really started to unearth a lot of those unhealthy mental processes and mindsets and habits that didn't serve me anymore. And amidst that and talking to friends and just like spending time enjoying and healing and loving life, I am very glad to be able to say that I am doing much better. So, yeah, so how did this concert kind of come to be? The idea came to me in about November. I think it was like Thanksgiving break when I was home. And I realized that, well, I guess like before that, another thing that had been going on throughout the summer was that I had started learning guitar. I started learning this past June. And it was a really, really important coping mechanism for me throughout that whole period. There were so many rough nights and like points when I needed to cope, and this was one of the first things that I was able to turn to, and it really helped me. And I ended up just like learning the instrument at like an exorbitantly fast rate because I was spending so much time like just like being a lump and shell of a human doing nothing. But like I would poke at this a lot. And I realized that I had a lot of songs. And I've also been working on piano again since like 2022, so like 3 years. And I realized like I have this whole set list that I could do for this concert. And it was really exciting because when I was at my lowest back at the start of September, I think I thought that I might never perform again. And the reason for that is because for me, performance is an incredibly vulnerable act. And I think I felt so poorly about where I was in life that I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do that again. But here I am, and I have a whole audience. I'm so grateful for all of you. So the songs that you're gonna hear tonight are all songs that are incredibly special to me and hold a lot of meaning, and I'll talk about why before each of them. And each of these hold so much weight and have gotten me through a lot of really hard times, and that's something that I want to share with you. So I think this performance to me is an encapsulation of a lot of these ideas that like, I don't need to let anybody else define what my life looked like. It doesn't need to look like anything specific, and that it's just beginning, and that what lies ahead will just take a little bit longer. And that I can be kind to myself. So that's what's to expect from tonight. So with that being said, let's get started with the first song. This song is from one of my favorite artists. His name is Patsu, and it's from his most recent album entitled Star-Crossed. I have a lot of complicated associations with this album because it dropped in like the third week of May of 2024, which is when stuff was like starting to really get bad. And the subject matter is very much about like depression and like struggle and like, so it hit really hard for me at the time. And I think it encapsulates a lot of the grief of loss that I felt throughout this period. So I wanted to share that with you all. So I'll be playing the opening song from the album for this opening song of this concert, and that is entitled I'll Be Okay.
Whisper little songs to myself as I tread through all this way. Been doing this so long, there's nothing wrong. It's just what I always say. Picking up the piece of myself that I lost along the way. Covering my tracks when I leave. I just hope I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I've ever tried to hurt you, but damn, I know just how to hurt myself. And every second that I spend just thinking, a piece of me is left upon the shelf. Da 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 to hurt you, but damn, I know just how to hurt myself. And every second that I spend just thinking, a piece of me is left upon the shelf.
Lisa, if you want to take the guitar. So, a little bit more context. I am very self-taught on that thing, and like, I basically needed to do a lot of weird tunings in order to play all the songs I want to do. So, Lisa is very graciously tuning the guitar between numbers in order to get them ready. But yeah, if you've been to one of my concerts before, you know that like usually we have a little chat session in between each number. Because, you know, I think it's nice for people to be able to share thoughts and talk about how they feel, how it made them feel, what it made them think about. So if anyone has anything they'd like to share, please go ahead. I think that one really, as I said at the start, it really feels like a powerful expression of my grief, I think. And I think, I don't know, it felt a little bit, when I was designing the set list for this, I think it felt a little bit weird to kind of put such a, I think a dark number at the start of this, but I don't know, it sort of felt appropriate, I think, somehow, so. Yeah, Meg.
Do you have any synesthetic associations with the song? Like images, smells, tastes? Do you feel like it involved your emotional connection with it? Does it involve your other senses at all?
I haven't thought about it that way, but I think if I analyzed it, I'd probably say I'd be able to make that type of association for most songs. But I haven't thought about it actively, I'd say. If no one has anything else, we'll move on to the next number. So this will be the first piano song for the evening, and it is from the soundtrack for my favorite piece of fiction of all time. If you've ever given me like 15 seconds to talk about anime, you probably heard me mention Violet Evergarden. And it's special to me for a lot of reasons. I'll talk a little bit about the story. So it takes place in an alternate timeline, 19th century Europe, and it follows a child soldier. Her name is Violet. And basically throughout the war, she is treated as like a killing machine. And in the last battle of the war, the one person that really offered her any care, which is her major in the army, dies on the battlefield. And the last thing that he says to her is, I love you. So the rest of the story follows after her experiences in that war, trying to understand what that means. And she does that through taking on the job of what's called an auto-memories doll, which is somebody who essentially writes letters for people who can't write for themselves. Most people in this timeline aren't literate. But it resonates with me very deeply because I think there was a really long time when I was younger when I thought that I didn't feel emotions. It's like how I thought I phrased in my head like normal people do. And I think when I saw that for the first time, it spoke to me very deeply in terms of understanding what it means to live deliberately in order to find emotion and love and feeling. So, yeah. Also aesthetically, I love it. It's super pretty, and like much of like the flower petal imagery comes from that. Also, my shirt is a Violet Evergarden, and my earring, and also that parasol. So I like it quite a lot. But yeah, this is the opening song for the soundtrack, and is entitled "Theme of Violet Evergarden." Any thoughts, anybody?
That was so beautiful.
Thank you. That was really hard. That run was nowhere near perfect. I think like part of being, I think what I've enjoyed about this process a lot has been like being okay at that. I think I knew I was never going to get a perfect run of that, but I think a lot of when I was younger, I held myself to a very unholdable standard. I think in terms of what I thought I needed to do and what I needed to achieve, and you know, I think part of this has been learning that like what I can kind of just do and like express here is okay, even if it's not perfect musically. Again, I think that one really feels like the encapsulation of like blossoming. I think it sounds like that to me. Yeah, Aaron.
When I think of like soundtrack songs that I really love, it like when I listen to them, it brings me back to like the time in my life when I was watching those shows. Does this like song remind you of any specific time in your life when you like first saw the show, maybe?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you say a bit about it?
Yeah. I first watched it around, I think it was 2019. That was, I think, the time when I was starting to like gain consciousness as a human. And like actually, I don't know, like that was the point when I think a lot of the ideas, which I think have finally held firm now, really started to stick in terms of like being kind to myself and like everything kind of like along those lines. It took a really long time for it to stick. Like I was introduced to them, I knew they existed, but the way I conceptualize in therapy is that like my old codes are like engraved in this like boulder that's like on my back, and I always carry them with me. And like people would kind of like put Post-its on the boulder. They're like, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. This is healthier. And I would just kind of take them off and like not listen to them. So I think a lot of this process has been kind of like overcoming that. So it brings me back to a lot of, I think, complicated times, but powerful times, I think, when I think about kind of the scope of this journey on the whole. Yeah, so let's get started with the next number. Lisa, thank you very much. So this song is from another one of my favorite shows, and while I discovered Violet Evergarden as one of my first shows I ever watched, this one is very recent and is entitled Orb on the Movements of the Earth. It follows a series of characters in 15th century Poland as they attempt to prove the heliocentric model of the universe amidst the oppression of the church. It's actually like super cool. And Trilogy in the front is smiling because like he watched this with me as it was airing, and like I would not shut up to him about this show. We had like hour-long conversations like every week with me, just like yapping at him, like dissecting and analyzing. Anyway, but it's important to me for a lot of reasons. The first of which is it started airing in October and it aired through like March. So October was still a point when I was really still struggling a lot, and a lot of the ideas that it raised, which are very much themes around the fact that there is beauty in this world and finding purpose in that and living for it, were something that inspired me very fundamentally. So I hadn't felt so excited for an experience like that in a really long time. And yeah, so it gave me something to look forward to every Saturday at 10 a.m. and I'm really grateful for that. And you know, it kind of like as the time kind of progressed and I got into March when I was doing a lot better, like I don't know, it sort of grew with me in a sense. I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, so this is the first song on your translation sheet. This is in Japanese, so I have the translation so you can kind of see what the lyrics mean. But yeah, this is Kaiju. Raphael, Ochi, Badeni. violenta, schmidt, raga.
何度でも叫ぶこの暗い夜の怪獣になってもここに残しておきたいんだよこの秘密をだんだん食べる赤と青のしぶし未来から過去順々食べる何十回も噛みつぶし避けたなるのも淡々と知る知ればまた溢れる散る昨日までの本当順々と知る何十らせんの知恵の輪溶けるまで行こう叶えて死を見ると感じるこの寂しさもさやけて手が染まるこの庭もう忘れてんだこの世界をこつこに感じだから知りたいんだこの怪獣みたいに遠く遠く叫んでまた消えてしまうだからきっと何度でも見るこの暗い夜の空を何千回も君に話しておきたいんだよこの知識を淡々と知る知ればまた月の実花びらは過去単に生きる回収され土の木ひそひそと咲こう点と線の延長線上をたどるこの寂しさもからかりて奏でるこの庭もう忘れてんだこの世界はこつこに感謝僕は知りたいんだから怪獣みたいに遠くへ遠くへ叫んでただ消えてくんだ僕の未来はこつこに光ってだから進むんだ今だこれと太く遠く叫んでまた怪獣になるチ
Yeah. Oh.
I can.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I think with the show, like the opening is just kind of that first verse. But do you think most of that second verse and what you're saying, the context to it, adds any meaning to you for the whole song, or changes how you view the show?
Second verse. Are you referring to calmly and steadily?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that verse is a little bit more specific to like the context of the show in itself in terms of kind of like what it means to pursue truth and what it means to find meaning in that, which I think is really powerful. I think the second kind of like half of it, in the fourth to last paragraph, we see a little bit of imagery of the petals, which fits into this theme as well. But I think the first verse, or the first chorus ends kind of, I think pessimistically. It says like, even if I roar through the farthest reaches like a kaiju, which means a monster, I'll just fade away again. But the last chorus, which is so, like the reharmonization in the like full version is like so sick, which is like, I was so excited when I first heard it. I was like literally like flipping out in my room. Anyway, it says, the future is conveniently bright, so I'll proceed and roar like so loudly that I can be heard from many light years away and turn into a kaiju. And I find that optimism, I think, really comforting somehow, I think. I think someone else had, Elena, yeah.
What was cool is I kind of like glanced to the lyrics and then I was like, you know what, no, I just kind of want to listen to the song, not knowing the language. And I was going to say that like, it sounded very resilient.
Yes.
And so like, in looking what the actual lyrics are, I'm just like, nailed it.
That is, like,
really, like,
yeah.
The performance speaks to what the lyrics are, whether you speak the language or not. And I think that was cool.
Yeah, that fits into the themes of the show perfectly. It is really cool to me that you picked up on that. Also, by the way, that is Elena Mae Darcy in the back. They designed the poster for this that I've been like setting out on. So it's beautiful, and like, I love it so much. So I just wanted to give them acknowledgement now. But yeah. So, did anyone else have anything? I heard someone speak up for a second. Yeah, man.
I wanted to ask if there would be a watch list accompanying this.
I mean, like this is like the biggest advertisement for like all my favorite shows. So like all of these, like I think are like amazing experiences that like anybody like would find value in. So yeah, I'll be talking about the shows as I go.
You also played it very beautifully.
Now, how was my Japanese?
Very good. Singing in a foreign language is really hard.
Yeah, and you memorized the whole song.
That was amazing.
It took a lot of. There are so many takes in my phone, like just like failed takes in my phone of me trying to like learn all of these. Like all these took so many hours, like of me just like going at them again and again and again.
You would dominate karaoke night.
Well, for my very specific genre of like music that I like. Anyway. So I think we'll move on to the next song. And this is actually going to be a series of 2 songs. And they are by another one of my favorite artists. His name is Snail's House. And it is from his winter-themed album, Gumi. So I have a lot of really complicated associations with these 2 songs. And the reason for that is because I started listening to them back in like January of 2024. There was a lot of snow that winter. And I would listen to it like every time I was like walking around in the snow, and it really just like kind of like set the vibe for me in a way that I really enjoyed. But also I started to get introduced to certain elements of my life that ended up culminating into my mental health collapse a few months later. So it got to the point where in May, when things were really bad, I literally couldn't listen to these without like literally breaking down into tears. So I didn't listen to it for a while. And I didn't listen to it again until December 20th. And that was the day after that I discharged from intensive therapy, and it snowed that day. And I was just sitting in my apartment watching the snowfall, and I turned it on, and I realized I could listen to it again. And when I think about these songs now, it kind of like leads to this conceptualization of music that I really enjoy, which is I kind of like to think of songs sort of like friends. In that every time you listen to a song, think about a song, play a song, perform it, it's like another time you hung out with them. It's like another memory, and another experience that, and it keeps building up on itself, and it keeps increasing in meaning. And while I have a lot of complicated associations from the past, I'm also very glad to be able to say that these 2 songs bring me a lot of comfort now. So Yeah, I'm excited to perform for you all. This is Snowy Morning and Gemini. Any thoughts, anybody? Yeah, cool.
I really love the like vocalization in this one. I was wondering kind of like how you came up with that aspect. Was it like in the original, or you kind of like developed it yourself?
Yeah, it was in the original.
Okay.
So this was not a piano piece. Like piano is like kind of like a foundation for it, but like there's like a lot of other like there's like electronic elements going on, and like there's strings and singing. So this arrangement was me very much like trying my best to like incorporate as many of those elements into the arrangement as possible that is like physically doable by like one human. But I don't know. I think it turned out really cool. I did the whole arrangement over the course of winter break. I think people at home, parents, Courtney, if Colin's here, like might have heard me working on it. But yeah.
My favorite part, it was like in the middle. I don't know if it was like kind of adapting like a snare drum or something that sounded like a sigh of relief, which I feel like kind of coming out of the winter felt like very appropriate.
Yeah. That's a part of the song, like in the original recording. I mean, I thought it was a really cool element, so I wanted to do the same thing. Jerron, yeah.
Yeah, this is the fifth time I'm hearing this, and it's still so like breathtaking and like captivating. Oh my god, I love how like the music turns so like quickly, or like there's like I don't know, just interesting transitions. And I'm wondering if those are like something you like put together in this, and like if those represent like an emotional shift in the song for you or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of different expressions I think throughout this song. I think like the quiet like mute pedal like start and ending is something that like feels very I can't put it into words actually. Like I want to, but I can't. But I think you all got it. But yeah, there's a certain like intensity to it too that. Also I realized I was only thinking about Gemini, but that was the part that started. But the first part before that was Snowy Morning, and like that is very. I don't know. It gives like warm campfire with like marshmallows during the winter, but like you're gonna cry like any second type thing. I don't know. Like that's what it sort of feels like for me. So yeah. Yeah. Eric.
Wait, so those were two songs?
Yes.
And you put them together in an arrangement?
Well, no. So they were in sequence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't mash it up. That would have been crazy.
No, but the way you pulled it off, it was really cool. Like,
yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, like when you are underwater and then you come up or something.
Yeah, I really
just like wow, really hit like a wave.
The mute pedal like trick was like something that I thought would be.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
And then when you went back into it at the end, I think that really worked.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Was it hard to like do all these different layers? Because you're doing like so many rhythms,
it was.
right?
No, I had to drill each like 8 bars like so many times.
I feel like I heard you like some night just like practicing this.
It was when you were setting up
straight.
the Ruth Naomi Floyd exhibit.
I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I mean for the music people in here, it's like a 3/2 polyrhythm like most of the time, except like the 3 is like syncopated, so it's like kind of it was a lot to like wrap my brain around anyway. But yeah, thanks. So I think we'll move on to the next one. Thank you, Lisa. This one's the weirdest tuning of the night.
That was an interesting.
So you won't have to do that. But yeah, so this next one is also from Orb on the Moons of the Earth. It's the second ending song. And it started airing about, or they started using this song about like, I want to say January, February, so which is when I was starting to kind of like transition out of therapy. I think I associate it with a lot of even those during the whole time, and it's something I enjoy a lot about it. So yeah, I'll let you hear it. This is Heavy or Snake.
私の鱗はあなたに似ていた知らずまみと知らず れたよもきの顔リカス行方知らずのあの子を私の心は火の粉に似ていたクズはいらず耳は知らずあなたの寝息を聞くブルーベルのベッドを据えた春みたいな静からのあの風に歌うのか海を知らず離れて空は僕私は
Oh god.
たくさんの苦労みたいだけど
That one's really hard. I wasn't like worrying about messing up. I was like, I'm probably gonna mess this up. And lo and behold, but you know, these are the techniques. But yeah, I think there's something just like a little bit like it feels like a soft smile to me. I think at the end, and I think that's something that I just like really enjoy. Anyone, any particular thoughts on it? Yeah, we should.
Two more general questions.
Yeah.
It's like, I think a general trend for string players to want to do concerts without sheet music, and sometimes I think flute players to do concerts with sheet music. Do you have like a particular preference? Do you feel like there's a better connection with the audience when you don't read off of something, or you do, or do you have like no preference, or I don't know?
I mean, I think if it's memorized, then, I mean, it kind of varies because I think if I memorized it well, then that's like ideal, I think. But like if I have to like stress about memorizing it, then that can raise barriers. In that case, like that one, like you know, I did that like so many times at home, and I've gotten a lot of like fine runs, and you know, that one was my brain blanked, and like it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
But I think for this one, I just really like. A lot of these, like, you know, some of them were ones that I transcribed with sheet music, and then I memorized. Some of them were just kind of things I figured out by ear, but yeah. It wasn't so much like I wanted to do this memorizing, it was just like part of the process.
Cool. Second thing was, do you feel like music can create like almost like a physical response within you? Like not just like imagery of warmth, but actually like a feeling of warmth inside?
Yeah. That happens to me a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like if any of you have like performed with me or seen me perform in like other contexts, you'll know that I just like move like a lot. Like, some would argue too much. I don't really care, but it is how it is. But yeah, no, I feel it very viscerally, and I think that's something that I enjoy a lot. And I'm really glad I have that back because, like, during the summer and early fall, I didn't. And yeah, so it's good to be making music again. So next on the program is Kalimba. This is the Kalimba. Yeah. So I thought this would be a cute little number to add into this. This is a song by one of my favorite artists, another one. His name is Porter Robinson. And this is a song that I've learned like a while ago. I think it was like 3 years ago, and I kind of figured out on this little instrument. I felt it was really cute, and I wanted to share it. But I think also just like there's a certain simplicity to like arrangements like this that are, I think speak to like the fact that like you don't need to necessarily have a bunch of complexity in order to like elicit something powerful. But yeah, this is Shelter.
And it's a long way forward, so trust in me. I'll give them shelter like you've done for me. And I know I'm not alone. You'll be watching over us until you're gone. Oh.
In the vein of like, I don't like, do people play kalimba like that? Like, I don't know. Like, usually I see people holding it like this with like their thumbs and stuff, which is also nice, but like, I wanted to be able to do more things at once, so I just ended up doing like this, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's a cute, comfy little vibe. The song is in C and the kalimba is in C, which is convenient because you can't tune this thing. Oh, I mean, you can, but it's like really inconvenient. Thanks, Sam. But yeah. Any thoughts in particular before the next one? Yeah, Elena.
I was just gonna say that like the instrumental part at the beginning, just like I closed my eyes and I'm just like, this is like the jaunty music of the beginning of a Ghibli film, and it just like it was very like comforting and soothing in that like the way that the notes sounded. It just very much reminded me of like childhood and safety, and that was just like not something I was expecting. I knew about the piano, I knew about the guitar, but like the spicy kalimba number was a good touch.
Kept this a good secret. Yeah, no. I think that safety is something like that. Comfort is something that I really enjoy about this arrangement. The original is a lot more like dynamic and punchy and like, so I think it's really cool the ways that like, even just like playing on this can like make a difference. Yeah. Anybody else?
I have a
yes.
digital version of the kalimba that you can, if you don't have one, you should check it out.
Oh. Sam has a digital kalimba.
It's not, I mean, it's a free download for anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get it.
No, I'm giving you so much shit today.
Yeah, right.
No, that's cool. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah.
I love this song. Thanks for
Here you go.
Oh, great.
I like that with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice. Why is it?
Smiley.
Why is it? Yeah. Is it? Wait. Is it happy? Is it happy? Oh.
Oh, I got it down.
Let's.
I think I can. My contribution.
Anyway, yeah, Well, I think we'll move on to the next one. Oh, Jerron, yeah.
Is that originally for the kalimba?
Oh no. No, it's like super electronic and it's like very just like, you should listen to it after.
That is a good choice then. It feels so like played.
Thank you very much. Fun fact, this is the first song in standard tuning. Whoa. Anyway, but this is another song from a show that's very special to me, and that show is called A Place Further Than the Universe. It follows these 4 girls, and they're nearing the end of their kind of like youth as they feel it, and they feel like they want to make the most of their lives, so they decide to go on a journey. And that journey is to Antarctica, which is a little bit closer than the universe maybe, but we'll give them some slack. But that show is really special to me because I think I often felt paralyzed when I was younger from, I think, allowing myself to do what I truly wanted to. I think in a way because I think it was for a lot of reasons. I think I was scared. I think I, some ways didn't feel like I deserved it. So I think to see that and to take a bold step like that is inspiring to me. A lot of the lyrics you're going to see are talking about kind of the that fear and anxiety and like maybe people that are like trying to hold you down from that. But I think when I hear this song, it feels like my life is in motion. I think it's something that I enjoy a lot about it. So this is Sora wo Miyagete, or Look Up at the Universe.
深夜一の地平線広がる世界は今日がずっと眩しくて鼻の奥がスンとした綺麗で綺麗で胸が痛くなるほどに両手いっぱいありだけの瞳意味なんかないって言われ続けたとしても空から届く光逆さまの星空見上げてここから始めようさあ迷いなんて置き去りにして探しに行くんだ見果てぬ世界を勇気出して進んでいこう答えが見つからんのかなんてわからない今でも怖いけど空より遠い場所で真っ白の世界を見渡してここから始めようさあ前を向いて間違いなかんだって言ってやるんだこの想いが勇気出して進んでいこう
Any thoughts, anyone? Yeah, Jake.
When you learn these songs, do you learn them
phonetically?
It's really just me like repeating the syllables and like just doing it like.
Do you find that you learned like some Japanese language?
I mean like say a few words. Like, I mean like roughly I know what some of them mean, but no, it's nothing deeper than that. But like I did find it important that you all were able to see the lyrics for these, which is why I made those translation sheets. Because I think they really do mean a lot, and I think they're quite nice. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, I guess given you have such like a personal relationship with all of these songs, to what extent was your interpretation like based on kind of the feelings you were going through versus like what you were seeing in the lyrics, like especially with the Japanese songs?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was. It's actually interesting for a lot of songs that I listen to that I don't like know the language for. I actually rarely look at the lyrics like first. I usually just like listen to it, and then like sometimes for the ones that like end up being one that I enjoy a lot, I will like look at the lyrics retroactively and be like, oh, this is what it was about. In all of these cases, I think they've all happened to like have like really powerful like kind of like meaning and content for me, which is why I decided to share them.
So, I know in a lot of songs sometimes or at least from some of the J-pop I've listened to, the lyrics don't always match what you think the song is about. Before you look at what they mean, do you feel like when you kind of retroactively go back, do you find that the vibe of the song is what you thought it was going to be, or does it change sometimes after you read the lyrics?
It does change sometimes. It varies, and I think that's a cool part of just like kind of like how you can kind of portray complicated different ideas within one song is kind of like through a dichotomy between the music and the lyrical content.
And it gives more nuance to it.
Yeah. I would say most of these like align pretty closely in this case though. Yeah, so I think we'll move on to the next song. And this one is from another story of mine that means a lot, and it is called A Silent Voice. It follows the story of this young boy in like elementary school, and as a kid he bullies this other student. She's like a deaf student in his class, and she's really hurt by that. But eventually the boy ends up having like that kind of like turned on him by other students. And he ends up struggling a lot. As he grows up, his mental health isn't great, and it gets to the point by high school that he's thinking about taking his own life. At the start of the film, he tries, and he fails. So from there, the rest of the story is about him, I think, rethinking what it means for him to live and what it means for him to choose to live and like what he wants to do with that. So what he does is he learns sign language, and he finds the girl again, and he tries to befriend her and support her in the best way that he can. And the story continues from there. I won't spoil all of it, but I think it resonates very deeply with me in that, like, when I was a kid, I think because I was struggling with so many things, I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I had a lot of temper issues. I would say I probably hurt a lot of people and caused a lot of trouble. But I think being able to find forgiveness in yourself for that and to make a change out of it is what I kind of like see in that story, and so it means a lot. So this next song is a really powerful one from the soundtrack. It's the first piano song that actually I ever arranged, and is called Litvar. Any thoughts, anybody? Yeah.
I don't think we've met. My name is Dan.
I've heard you're the oboe player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Among other things. First is a comment, like the birds outside at the beginning were really nice with the piano. But also a question. It seems like with each of these pieces, you're like playing with the constraints of the instrument, and like at times, like going past the usual constraints of the instrument, and other times just like going right up to the edge. And the like text of that song and like the text of the story you're talking about is also about like going past your constraints and like finding freedom beyond those constraints, or again going right up to the edge, finding freedom within the constraints. How do you think of that tension between like constraints and freedom?
Yeah. I never thought about it that way. I think generally what I've been doing with these instruments, like you've seen me do like a few like percussive things throughout the evening and like messing with like the mute pedal and stuff like that. I think to me it very much feels like an act of exploration and freedom to do those things. I think it's almost less about the instrument and more about what I'm physically capable of in order to execute what my vision is, if that makes sense. Like my hand is free to like do these like hits on the wood, so I will. It's like that type of thing. And I think like kind of like having that agency for myself is something that is important, and I think something that I never allowed myself for a really long time. So I think it's, yeah, thank you for like proposing that way of thinking about it. I hadn't considered that before. But yeah, it resonates pretty deeply. Yeah, Max.
So you arranged that yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
Most of these are arranged by myself. A few of them are like transcribed from other places, but like most of these I had to like figure out the chords and like kind of figure out how I want to incorporate all the elements. Yeah. Elena?
I just wanted to know the name of it again because I want to look that up later.
I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
I missed what the name of it was.
Yeah, it's LIT parenthesis var end parenthesis.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send it to you. Don't worry. And unless anyone has anything else, on to the next number. Thank you.
What is the movie called that it's from? We watched it together.
A Silent Voice. Yeah, I did a movie night for that a couple years ago. So this next song is really, really important to me, and I'll explain why. It's by Porter Robinson. Again, the same person who did the Columbus song. But this one is my proudest, I think, like creative musical arrangement that I would say I've ever done in terms of like transforming a song into something else. And the way that came to be is on one of the first days after I'd been in the ER, I had a really hard thing interpersonal thing that I had to handle with somebody. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need like some kind of support at this point. So I went to my friend's apartment and I was just like sitting on her couch and just kind of like poking at, you know, my guitar, just kind of like as like a self-soothing thing. And I started working on this song. And this song is one that I also discovered back in like June or so, which is when things are really bad, so complicated associations. But I found it really beautiful, and I wanted to do an acoustic rendition. The original was very electronic and very intense. And I started to work on it, and it was in that place when I was like struggling so much that this was born. And I think that means so much to me because, like, you know, I'm not like grateful for like all the negative experiences that I went through, I think. But I think I've crafted something beautiful out of them. And I think that's what feels really important to me. And I think this is a really good example of that. So yeah, I spent many nights throughout the fall like working on this and coming up with these ideas, and I had so many exciting moments when I came up with something that I knew I really liked, and that excitement was something that I hadn't felt in a really long time. So I'm very grateful to this song for that. This is Get Your Wish.
I'll make it right again, but it's no use, you said, as my hunger grows and grows. I have to write the meaning of my life, or else everything's in vain. When the glory tries to tempt you, and it seems like what you need. But if glory makes you happy, why are you so broken up? How it felt when you walked on water? Did you get your wish floating to the surface quicker than you sang? Idle, so tell how it felt when you walked on water. Did you get your wish floating to the surface quicker than you sang? I don't so don't say you lose just yet, get up and move ahead, and not only for yourself, 'cause that's your role, the work that stirred your soul. You can make for someone else. One day you choke, your urges overflow, and obsession wears you down. But don't you waste the suffering you face. It will serve you in due time. So tell me how it felt when you walked on water. Did you get your wish floating to the surface quicker than you sank? I don't, so tell me how it felt when you walked on water. Did you get your wish floating to the surface quicker than you sank? I know, so tell me.
Any thoughts, anyone? I was thinking about, oh yeah, Lisa.
Oh, I mean, you're kind of doing this throughout, which I really like, but I loved your use of like percussive noises on that one specifically. I think that tapping part, like kind of close to the beginning, that was really cool.
Thanks. Yeah. So I need to restrict myself from talking about like all of the compositional ideas in this because like we could literally be here all night. But like since you brought it up, kind of the idea. So like again like the original song for this is very like percussive, or it's like very loud. It's very intense, and kind of this softer version was something that I thought would like the song would suit itself really nicely to. So kind of my idea with that was like I thought I would like start quietly, and like when I did this I thought it was like sort of like a false lead in into like an intense part, like kind of like what I did at the end is what I was kind of hoping you would expect me to start to do right there after that as sort of a build up. But instead your ankles get broken and I just like play like this like super quiet and like so then like it's kind of like this like idea of like delayed gratification where like we finally build up into that towards the end, and it goes even further than you expect it to. So yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, cool.
What's your favorite part in terms of the composition of the piece?
Shoot. Oh man. Okay. I mean, I have so many, but I'll just go with the one that came to mind first. It's the last chorus, which is the stabs. Like when I came with that at home, I was like literally like so excited because I was like, this is it, you know, like that's the one. And also like I mean like continuing that, it's like the next bar is like the triplet add in like to like continue to the next bar was like something that I thought was just like so like so yeah, like I like thank you for like reminding me of that, just because like again like I hadn't felt excited like that in so long. And like this was like really a wonderful reminder that I can love art. So yeah. At least if you want. Yeah. But if unless anyone has anything else, we'll move to the next number. So this next one is from my favorite composer of all time. His name is Kevin Tankin. He writes for a lot of shows and soundtracks for a lot of shows. And the show that this one is from is called Made in Abyss. I won't talk about it too much here, but my necklace is from it. I've seen it around. This one brings up a lot of feelings for me. And I think I'll just let it speak for itself. So at this time, I'd like to invite Eric up to play the third hand part.
Why did you choose to have this on the set list?
I can't quite put it into words, but I think there's a certain forlornness, I think. Did I say the title? I think I said the title. It's called You Talk Too Much. And I think I don't know. I think, you know, like there's been a lot of like, there's been happier songs, there's been like intense songs, and I think like the quiet, soft, I think, sadness of this, I think is like, you know, part of this experience too, and I think it's something that I wanted to encapsulate here. So with that, I think we'll move on to the last song of this first half, after which we'll have a short intermission, and then we'll get back to it. So this song I'm about to play is also very special. So if you remember Get Your Wish from a couple numbers ago, this song actually spawned off of that song. And this is a original composition of mine. So kind of like off of the idea of just like kind of what I was working on with Get Your Wish, I sort of came into this, and it really helped me through a lot of really hard nights. I would just pull this out. I have like recordings of myself like playing this for like 30 minutes at a time. I won't go that long, don't worry. But I think it's just another example of like the fact that something beautiful came out of all of this, and I wanted to be able to share that. So yeah, I wasn't sure what to call this for a long time. It went untitled for until I think it was Tuesday that I finally landed on a title for it. But yeah, this is A Sunset on a Flower-Laden Road. Any thoughts, anyone?
Tristan, you wrote that?
Yes.
That's your original?
Yes.
It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And the economy in your movements of your hand, your fretting hand, you squeezed so much out of that. It's absolutely beautiful. Was there a special tuning you used for that song?
The only tuning difference beyond standard is that fifth string was raised a whole step. And the reason that's important is because kind of like the forming idea for this was this, this chord, which you might recognize from Get Your Wish. But at least at the time, the only way I could figure out how to do that was because it has this note on the bottom and this on the top. So normally my third finger would have had to cover this for that note. So I realized if I tune it down, I could do it on my index. Yeah, that's all. That calms me down like that. I really think I can just float away in it. I think that it means a lot for that. The structure is generally the same throughout, it's interesting because it's not really like, it's not like, you'll never hear it played like that again. And the reason for that is because it's very much improvised the whole time in terms of the time structure and when I want to change chords and when I want to use melodic notes and stuff like that. And in that way, I think it's really nice in that you can sort of just fall into it, I think. And I really enjoy performing it as a result of that. I think it's really special that each time is its own. Yeah, Lisa.
Is there anything specific you were intending with the part where you were counting? Because I found that really interesting. I like how you kept starting the list of numbers and then restarting it at different places. Was there anything specific you meant with that? Or?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say anything particularly specific, but the reason I started doing that as part of the arrangement was that playing with time was something that I really wanted to do in that song, and I started, at one point I was practicing, it was actually when two of my friends, Trilotion and then Katie, who's not here, were asleep in my apartment, but I was just kind of sitting in the corner working on this, and I was counting out loud, and kind of the idea was it would sort of help me to audiate the time changes and kind of what I wanted to do, when I wanted to re-hit the bass note and change chords and stuff like that. And I just thought it sounded cool. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool element that I could add, so I just started doing it like that. It's as simple as that. Yeah, Javon.
Are you making an album on Spotify or something? Because I don't want to hear this for the last time.
I have plenty of recordings I can send you.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, I performed this for the first time. Actually, I performed it a few times, but the first time I really went out of my way to perform it was actually in group therapy. It was October 2nd, I remember. And that was the first time I'd performed in front of a proper audience in a really long time, and here I am doing it again. And it feels really great. So, yeah. If no one has anything else, we're going to take a few minute break, and then we'll come back to the second half.
My butt hurts.
Nothing. I didn't notice it. I usually do one.
Jesus is busy man as well.
I have a piece of too. Wait, or if you're lucky. How's your day?
Oh, I was like, what? No.
I play tennis or
I play tennis. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's good downstairs, so we'll, where's the guitar? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Dude, everyone, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. Not really too much.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. Yeah, I came here with Emily. She knows him better. I guess she seems to know him. And then she was like, stuck with her flowers. I know, like I feel like I don't know how long it's gonna be. Oh no. It's been good. It's been rough. Like 5 classes, so I'm like, I wish I was going for this semester. I feel like well, what I need for graduation is to torture myself. Yeah. I know. Like it's like my last year. I just need to do it. I'm taking yeah. Oh my god, no. Yeah, I did AP Ball. I sort of did it. I didn't have a class. I just studied for AP Music Theory in high school, and I got lucky because it was during COVID. It was like literally just like the easiest question ever. Like that worked out well, and I did like the 2700 course freshman fall at Penn, and then I was like, at some point, like it was pretty difficult. Like I worked just back again, just like never was the right time. And this semester, the same professor was teaching this semester the second course. I'm like, actually, it seems like I'm all signed up now. So
I don't know if I can like
it's hard. Yeah. No, it really is. Getting to the point like we're doing like shoulder and you know this type of stuff. It's like you have sheets, like it looks like spreadsheets. It's like you have to add up. Like this is crazy. Absolutely, yes. All the stuff you have to do. No, it's kind of a lot, but like it's the one class I'm like actually interested in. So not really, and I kind of wish we did, but also it's like, and our professor has talked about it too, because she's from Sri Lanka, so it's like, I remember, but she grew up in like the British colonialism type of thing, so she's like, she's really into music, like I'm going all of us, I think she music, but not really singing. You were studying to be a doctor?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. It's
teach them different, you need a different course for it. But teaching it in the same thing as Western music, maybe they should just be more specific, say this is Western music, that's what it says. You're looking for it, that's all it is. No, it's all of it in general. Is it up to like modern? Yeah, we're getting up to the approaches of the 20th century now and all the wackiness they're doing, yeah. It's going okay, yeah. How are you doing, classes? Alright, I wish I took more. Yeah, wait, what's your major? I'm PPE. Okay, I'm just PPE. Okay, yeah. All your requirements? I had a few PPE classes this semester right here. I have so much time. Like, I feel like I'm taking 5 courses every semester, and I still had like, I needed to take a social project. I'm taking PPE 3,400, and I'm taking like a PPE 4,600 like advanced seminar. Wait, are you? Yeah. So I kind of. Oh, I took that last spring. Oh, so yeah, that's like 32. It's a new course. It's like replacing like 33 or something. Yeah. So yeah. He's cool, but like the class is so much. She said the same thing. We're never done. Yeah. He's really good. He's really interesting. He's a great guy, but yeah. Oh really? Like a battle? Shot at him. That's so funny. I really wanted to actually and you never did. No, I think I named a few professors already. I never did. But one of them I did, so that's something. Yeah. My music theory professor. Oh, did you know? I like named her in the essay. Like that's so crazy. Not even for music theory, for like another course she teaches, but it still works, you know? Yeah, exactly. Probably no clue. I'm honestly thinking of now that we're getting. No, you should, because he always complains. Nobody goes to the office hours to show up. Yeah, he's like more in the psych. Really doctor, but yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard for us. It is. Yeah, I'm hard for me. It's hard for me to figure it out. Like with the classes, it's like it feels so hard. Like we don't really get into one thing in particular. It's just like we're talking about like gambling. You got it. We're talking about religion and because it's talking about voice in like so many different contexts. It was, yeah, we're talking about like this is like music, we're talking about racing, like hockey, and like gambles. Now we're getting into like games and returns. So like, would you take $100 in a year or $200 in 2 years? That type of stuff. You have to like calculate. Yeah, depending on your delta.
Oh, it's so good to see all of you.
We're not allowed to. That's PPE 300? Yeah. No, that's one I didn't take because I was going to take it. And this course is like replacing that one. It's not offered this semester yet. But I had to take, it was another psych course. Yeah, I gotta wait for like, no, that class was so bad. I feel like this is like a more, well, I had a different professor. Oh, I enjoy it. I'm really glad I did. I limited. I'm not yeah, it was like started off good and then just like that was a lot. Yeah, that one I got like. Okay, that's fine. I was just giving really.
Yeah, wow.
Like I couldn't get one. No, you know, I couldn't get one. I was so bad. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, that's what I was laughing. I know. Yeah, I all the things that you read about. Seriously. Yeah, I took ethics because I was going to have a course, and that was so tough because we had to like use like the abortion debate, and it's like, okay, some of them are fake. James Smith was like, John Rawls, all these like coach philosophers, like, tell us if he's right or wrong, and you have to be correct. I'm like
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. Your preference is not to good. Chow is way too much.
Oh my gosh. Bathrooms are the Are you the person who's sitting up here like waving a sunflower though?
No, that sounds like.
I know, it's so great. And I say that. No, I was gonna say.
Okay,
Like every time I was like listening to music and I look up that sunflower just like peaceful. Oh yeah, I've been twirling my fingers.
Yeah, no, but how do I do that? Yeah. Very. Oh my god. Yeah, and it's like it's like math and what you're doing. That's the problem. Yeah, it really did. It changed that years, but yeah.
I don't have any.
It's amazing.
Oh, just like yeah. I'm just like I don't have anything to do, but it's like I can't say anything. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah.
well, are you Alex? Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, but I was
chilling.
except for today.
Oh, are you going home? Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
But I appreciate the sentiment.
I was so like.
I can't press this.
Yeah.
You can take
Yeah. Wait, where are you from? Harrisburg. Oh, okay. So you can get to
Campus apartments is taking me out.
I've collected some rooms.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's like same for me. Yes, I'm still doing piano stuff. Yeah. No, but now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, I wish I played something. Because I've like, I've just taken piano since like freshman year. I have like my binder is full. So I'm like, I probably have 3 hours of music I can put on. Not that I want to play 3 hours of music for people, but like, and no one hears any of it besides me.
That's a fire alarm.
Yes, I remember from Apple Picking. Yes, he plays piano too, right?
He was like,
That is the
Yeah, it feels
did you know about
it would have been cool, yeah.
Yeah, the fire alarm also went off. I was having a really good
I know, yeah.
fucking eyes.
Okay, cool.
Fire alarm went off.
New York or?
Yeah, so it looks beautiful when you're walking as like
It's right. I know so many.
You're gonna start Okay, okay. You had a meeting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be
Oh, okay.
Are we?
I just don't want to sit.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
Wait, it's sort of on like the guitar part. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Does he have like songs that would be stuck with
No.
Ricky though.
I'm not that one.
Yes. Wait. Oh yeah.
I would love to do it, yeah.
Oh my god. Hard to Yes.
Yes, start.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
Wait, that's like
No.
It's like a famous Sorry,
Yeah, he's amazing. I have like also his songs.
We're gonna restart, everybody.
They're very like happy.
Yeah, this is the art. I could never remember his like the names of the songs just because his songs they don't know lyrics. They don't have lyrics. And then I kind of remember the names. I've heard of it. Yeah. So it's something.
Oh, I didn't know. Finishing up. Oh, there are 2 grapes there.
It is.
I don't know. I think
I assigned them to chairs because they were looking, their backs were looking uncomfy.
Am I just
All right, yeah. I think we'll get started with the second half. Thank you all so much for being here again. This is quite a long concert, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah. So the next song I'm gonna play is another really special one, and it's funny because I was talking about how A Sunset on a Flower Laden Road was kind of spawned off of Get Your Wish, but Get Your Wish actually spawned off of this song, and I think it's really cool, kind of like how these things kind of play out. But this was one that I was working on way back in like July. When I was still at home, and I was really struggling. It was one of the first ones that I worked on. But the lyrical content meant a lot to me, and I think it was a really sad but hopeful expression of like where I was and where I hope to be. But it's from another show that I really enjoyed called Link Click. And yeah, the content isn't too important. It's a pretty cool show. It's about like these two like dudes, and they have like time travel powers. They can go to photos. It's like, and they kind of like explore people's stories through that. But yeah, so I thought this would be a good opener for the second half. And it's called Keep It in Mind.
Through the air, I have dreamt despair. I have been lost. I have gone way above my head. I've been drawn to this sensation, given to my existence, and now who will save me? I'm drowning. I believe in everything. Story here is written, the truth is all forgotten. I was another victim of everyone else. Awaken every night, surrounded by the devils. I saw the shadows taking my life. How could I find myself trapped in these broken shells? A world that has taken sunlight, stolen the fight from my fist held tight. Sing through the night, I will keep in mind to live so that I can I took all the pain, but still walked away with the true heart. I've known it all the way.
hearing, though.
It's in between the guitar stand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
And your
Your
chair.
glory.
There.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the other. Where's the other part?
It's like an inch to the right of where it is.
Shut up. Yeah. Any thoughts? The lyrics for this one hit really hard for me. I think it, in the time that I learned it, really felt appropriate for, I think, the place I was at, and the path where I took all the pain but still walked away with a true heart, I think is something that sticks with me a lot. Yeah.
What was when you say walked away with a true heart, what resonates about that in your journey with the song?
I think there's a world where I ended up turning everything I went through outward. And I think there's a world where I hurt other people in that. And I think it's very important to me that I didn't choose that. That's, I think, to me, is like choosing a flower-laden road. And instead, it's this. So the next song is one that some of you may have heard before. Yes, yeah, thank you. And the reason for that is because if you were at Finale, my concert from last year, I played exactly one piano song. Now I'm playing like 8, but you know. And the one I'm about to play for that one is this one. It's really important to me that I'm able to play this again for a lot of reasons. Firstly, this was the first song that I started relearning again when I was relearning piano, and that took it was at this very piano that I did countless drills and runs of this song, and even being able to have my hands move independently was something that it took me so long to be able to do again. So that's important, but also Finale last year was right before things started to go wrong, and as a result of that, thinking about sort of that time and where it ended up right after. Now that I'm here again and playing it again, I think it's special because it's a year has passed and I'm performing it again, and I've been through a lot, and I think it's sort of like that thing I was talking about, it's this old friend, and it's been a year, and it's very special to be able to perform it again. So this is Faith's theme. thoughts? Yeah,
I was gonna say, I just like, I love the bit of lore that like you did this song before and now you're performing it again. Because having not been at that other show, like, I can't necessarily compare the two, but just the way that you just played that was just so human and beautiful, and I'm just really proud of you.
Thank you. It felt different this time. I mean, I haven't fully processed it, obviously, because it just happened, but I think finale last year was a bit of a, I think I was excited for it, it was really special and important to me, but I think I still hadn't come into myself in terms of truly accepting myself as a human, and I think as a result of that, I was really nervous before I performed at that time. I think I'm not sure what I was worried about, but I think I was worried that maybe it wouldn't be what I hoped it to be. But I was able to let go of all that for this one, and that felt really nice. So we'll move on to the next one. Please and thank you. So this song is also from Link Click, the show from the first song of this half. It's the opening song for the most recent arc that aired this past February. I think that was a period where I was really starting to find my way again after, discharging from therapy and being back in the world and living again. So I have a lot of strong associations with it for that. And also it's just really beautiful, and the lyrics make me really sad. So I like playing it. This is The Eye.
I wish that I could tell you the truth. I've seen it a million times. I've stopped painting excuses, right, even if I'm trapped in a rewinding right in front of the eye. I ran towards the end of the line. I heard your voice but missed you in time. I followed every end of the sign, but the clock tower bell only struck 9. When the sun set on the side of my mind, and I thought it was snowing. Only when the ashes fell on the film in my hands did I know there will be a fire when it all unfolds. We should bury the treasure along with all we know. But I couldn't save you, I couldn't make it to you. Trapped in endings I don't want you to know. So long to a bursting wave of blinding lights. We fought the tides till the river dried. We splashed velvet dye in the sky, standing still in front of the eye. But the clock tower bell only struck 9, and I followed every end of the signs. And I heard your voice and caught you in time. Are you with me till the end of the line? Are you with me till the end of the line? Are you with me till the end of the line? Are you with me till the end of the line? Are you with me?
So as I alluded to, it's about time travel and things like that. So I won't get into too many spoilers, but there's a character who has gone back in time many times in an attempt to save someone very special. lyrics just like remind me of it being deeply in it. I don't know. Like I think it's really beautiful that the story can be that way. Anyone, any thoughts? All in one. So next is another piano song. And if you remember way back at the start of this show, I mentioned Star-Crossed by Hatsu. And I played the opening song, I'll Be Okay. So as I mentioned previously, I have a lot of very complicated associations with this album in general, and so you know it makes me feel a lot of things. I want to learn the music, but for most of the show, I've been like telling you the title just before I even started playing it. But to explain why this one is important to me, I have to tell you it now. It's called "But Not for You," and that has had a lot of meaning to me in recent times because in the process of me healing, there's been people who I found out who have not been as there for me as I hoped they would be, and when I thought they would. And I think having to let go of those people, I think, was something that was hard, but I think part of the process in order for me to heal. And yeah, I think this song is a very grief-filled expression of that. So yeah, But Not for You. Thank you. Any thoughts on that? Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, I thought that was so beautiful. I'm actually so surprised that you like didn't write this yourself and that it came from, you know, a show that you already saw, because it still has, you know, the strength and sort of intensity of something like Grief, but it doesn't lose the like hopefulness and playfulness that you've had kind of like throughout the evening, and I thought that was so special.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it captures that feeling really well, because it's like, I mean, I guess not really feeling, it's like a lot of feelings all in one, and it's like, it's very complicated to navigate. But I think that song does a really good job of portraying that, and I think it like really feels wonderful to be able to express that and harness that through this piece that like was written by somebody, and like I think it's really powerful because it's like I get what they were feeling like, you know, like I get what they were feeling like. Yeah, Andrew.
So there's a show, you might have seen it, called Forest of Piano.
I've not.
Where there's this really big discussion about different people playing music and where they're trying to take you with it. And I think with that song, you really took us somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could really feel a mastery over the music, and you could feel like the chaos, the emotion in how you played each chord.
Thanks. Yeah, I felt it too. Yeah. That middle section with the 16ths is like, it's like I mean I can't put it into words. I mean that's why we perform it, right? But like, it's yeah. Okay. I think we'll move on to the next one. Lisa, thank you. This next one is from another show that's really special to me for a lot of reasons, and that show is called Your Lie in April. It's about music. It's about a classically trained pianist who grows up as a kid kind of in that world and gets traumatized because of it. And it gets to the point where like by the time he grows up, he's not able to play music anymore. However, he meets somebody, a classical violinist, and she's somebody who's able to play with all of her heart. And kind of through meeting her in that journey, he's able to find his way again, and it really explores the meaning of what it is to perform and to express oneself through your art. And it was one of the first shows that I'd ever seen, and it really stuck with me because of that, and I think it influences a lot of the way that I think about music and expressing myself through it. So yeah, this is a soundtrack from the show, and it's called Kosei wa Tensei Tayo, or Kosei, You're a Genius. Any thoughts, feelings, anybody? Yeah,
I
Elena.
was gonna say that just like, it felt like one of the gentlest ones. Like, they're all pretty like soft, but that one was just like, it was like a warm hug, and then like the birds started chirping outside right towards the end, so it was just like, mwah.
Yeah. It's very, yeah, and these are new. This is, I believe, the last time. It's very forlorn to me. There's a very deep love to it, but it's also very feels like loss, and I think it's really beautiful in the way that it captures that.
What was the name of that again?
It was called Kosei wa Tensei Daio, which translates to Kosei, you're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
So, next song is the second of my original compositions for this. It's on piano, and I came up with it on a really hard night. It was back in November, and I had to, like a thing I've had to learn to do a lot of the time in recent times is like to remove myself to self-soothe because I need to calm down. This was a time that I had to do that. There was a trigger that happened, and I had to sort myself out. So I went here, and it was at this piano that kind of an idea came to me, and it really blossomed into this whole kind of, you see what I did? This whole piece that is really cathartic for me to play, and it feels really special. So this is Speed, Fire, Rain, Light. thoughts, feelings?
Did you play that during Pippin Tech? I think for
Yes.
training? Okay, I remember it, and that was a rough week for me. There was a lot going on, but I took the time while you were playing it to like sit and just listen and stop doing things, and it was really helpful. And it's just as pretty as.
Yeah. It's very heartfelt to me, I think. It feels very full. And yeah, it's a really great release of emotion, I think, for me. I'm really proud of the moment at the end when it like the momentum like just like hard stops. Like I just thought like it was such a cool compositional idea, so I was like really happy with that. Like out of nowhere. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Elena.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I will. It conjured such a specific image for me that I immediately needed to look up in my phone what the thing I was thinking of is called. Because it sounded, when you hit the part where it gets really fast, like just butterflies exploding, like just flying out like en masse. And so I looked up what is the word for a group of butterflies, and it's a kaleidoscope.
That's so cool.
And I think that just further reinforces the feeling that I had listening to that. Like that song was just like really powerful.
Yeah, thank you. That's really cool imagery. I really like that. Yeah, Julie.
I'm very impressed with your ability to be so vulnerable in front of a group of people, and it's really hard to do that. It's not a strength, and I think that strength really comes through in everything that you play.
It took me a really long time to be able to be that strong. Actually, well, I phrase it like that, but I think I often thought of myself when things were really bad and like depression was really strong. I thought of myself as weak, and Courtney's not. I think she had to go, but she talked to me after I was in the ER a couple days after, and like she said like to me like you are being so strong right now, and I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Like I'm a literal mess. Like everything is falling apart. Like how am I being strong? But it makes a lot more sense now, and I think I'm glad I'm able to channel it into this. You know, it's really important. So, we are going to move on to the last guitar song of the evening. This one's really special to me because it roots all the way back to this summer camp that I did way back in the day. It was called CTY, and they always had dances on weekends, and there was what was called a canon of songs that they would always play. And this was one of them, and it was really emotional to me. And that time in my life was really special, and I think it was the first time that I really started to grow into myself just a little bit. And I thought this would be a good way to express that as we start to round out our evening here today. But this is Iris by the Removals.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can feel is this moment, and all I can breathe is your light. But sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am.
Any thoughts or feelings? Yeah, Lisa.
That's the only song you played so far that I know the original of, but it's I really like what you did with it. I mean, you did it in a much like softer way than the original, of course, and I think that like fits the song really well. It like makes it a lot more like visibly vulnerable, which yeah, I don't know. I admire that a lot, and I think you did a really nice job with that.
Thank you. Yeah. Also, can we get a round of applause for Lisa for tuning your guitar? Like, thank you so much. This would not have been like logistically feasible if you hadn't like agreed to like do that and did it so well. So thank you. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Elena.
I was just gonna say I really like the form meeting content thing of like the end of that song being I want you to know who I am, because I feel like that's this whole show is like you sitting here with your instruments being like, hey, I'm gonna tell you about myself, but I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna say it with music. And it just, that was a perfect moment.
I have been talking a lot in interview. Like,
yes, but
yeah, definitely. No, I mean, and I think you guys got it. I think you guys do know, and that means a lot. Yeah. So we have 3 numbers left for the evening, and this takes us to the final piano number. This is also from Your Lie in April, and it's really special to me for reasons that I cannot say. I can't say here, but it I think is just very
gentle in the way that it portrays what it does, and I think I just wanted to play it for you. So yeah, this is Watashi no Uso, or My Life. Any thoughts, feelings? I think to me it sort of feels like a last dance with somebody that you're never going to see again. I think. Joshi.
Do you feel like the context of the show contributes to interpretation, or are there specific moments that make you feel that way?
Yeah. I don't want to get into spoiler territory yet. Definitely. Yeah. So, we're gonna move on to the second last number for the evening. And for this, I would like to, if you're up
What
for
would
it.
you like me to do?
We talked about this.
Did we?
Come on, we're gonna jam.
Sure.
So, there's kind of, okay. So, one of the most important parts of the healing process throughout this time has been with music. Way back in November and October was the first time I started having performances again properly. And I had them in musicals with a group of people, and a lot of them were really special to me in that I really found a home and found family there in a way that I hadn't expected or could have ever dreamed of. And a lot of the way that we bonded was just like playing music together, and just like, we'd have these like jam sessions and we would just like make up things and play them, and it was I think a really important step in how I started to come back to being able to be vulnerable again and to play again. So